Hi everybody, how's it going? Thanks for watching. My name's Pete, I'm a dairy farmer from North Dakota, and I am gonna cut some alfalfa here this evening. It's Wednesday evening. We are got our open house here this weekend, this Sunday, but the plan is to get our alfalfa chopped before then. I'm gonna cut it tonight, or start cutting tonight, make sure the mower works like it should. Trying to get the height set on the mower here right now, make sure that cut height is where I want it to be. So we'll kind of get it set here on the concrete and then we'll check it in the field. But the plan is to mow tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, chop Friday. Should be able to get it done Friday, hopefully, if all things go according to plan. But I thought I'd show you guys here how I set the height on this thing here quickly. I've got my measuring tape here. Kind of messed with it a little bit already, but essentially trying to see the height here on the blades, and we're at about 8 centimeters. Looks like. And I want to get it at about 7, I think. Check the front here. Front is at 9. And a half. So what I need to do to adjust that is turn the top link in or out. And on the front mower I need to turn it out. On the back mower I need to turn it in, because both these mowers need to be pitched forward just a touch more. And it's kind of a little bit of a process here, but once you get it set, then it's good to go in theory. But hopefully you guys can hear me, but the easiest way to do it, or the way that I always do it, is take the safety chain off here. Probably can't quite do it with one hand here, but I want to latch that. The idea is you want to take the pressure off this top link so that it's easy to turn. Do the back also, same idea. Got the kickstand down here on the back. We'll lower this, try to get the pressure off that top link. It's a lot easier to do with two hands, but let's see if we can. Sometimes I'll use this wrench because it makes it a little bit easier. I think we'll just do one on the back here for right now. And then I get the 3 points back to where I want them. And then I'll raise the mowers up, put them down again, and then we'll measure it again. So now I'm in the cab. We'll get that front 3 point back to where I want it. Back 3 points. Raise it up. Raise it back up. And we'll put them down. Now we'll go measure it again. Seven and a half. I think we'll do maybe one more round or two on the front. See where the back is here. 7.5. 7.5. I think what I'm going to do is leave it here. We'll start cutting in the field, and then I'll go out and see how it looks before we adjust it anymore. Don't want to forget to put that kickstand up so we don't rip it off in the field. And I need to put both safety chains back on here. On the front mower. Because if you don't have these on, what can happen is if this 3-point settles down too much, or you bump it and it goes lower than it should, and you raise up the mower, the PTO shaft here will hit this, and it can hit it with enough force to bend that shaft. And then we're not going to be doing much alfalfa cutting if I do that. There's kind of a trade-off. If you cut lower, you have more yield in theory. But if you cut lower, you also have lower quality in theory. And it can hurt regrowth. So it's kind of a balancing. I don't remember exactly, but I think I might have cut a little lower last year. I've got some settings saved in my phone, and I have 5.5 to 6 saved in my phone. I'm gonna try maybe just a touch longer this year and see how it looks when we get in the field. I'll have a better idea once we lay some windrows out there, see how the cut looks. This will be a good starting point anyways. We'll yeah, we've got a 180 acre field to cut. Probably just do the headlands tonight. Make sure everything works like it should. Make sure the GPS is working. We'll get that set and programmed and ready to go, and then tomorrow morning should be able to knock that out in a few hours time if things go like they should. But they don't always go like they should, so we'll find out tomorrow. We'll find out here in about 10 minutes actually. And then we've got some rye to cut that we just passed there. I should have showed you guys that. But that's probably not going to be until maybe next week. We'll have to maybe look at that here tomorrow sometime. I looked here a couple of days ago and it wasn't anywhere. It wasn't getting close yet, but rye moves pretty quick. Especially with the nice weather we're going to have here the next week. Next five days or so. It's going to be warm this weekend. Really push it along, so in theory that might be next week. But we'll show you guys that also if we get to it. Got some drone footage of us planting corn here. It's from probably about a week ago now. I think I'll put that in the video here because I don't want to waste that footage. So we'll show you guys how we plant corn. Tyson, I think Tyson was planting himself, or maybe Scott was. Either way, our neighbor of ours that plants our corn, it's his planter, and then actually our seed guy's tractor. But that's a story for another day, maybe. But we'll catch back up with you guys when we get to the alfalfa field. Made a couple of rounds now. I'm on the third headland. I did make another adjustment here after I had cut a little bit. Cutting a little bit shorter. We're like right at 7 centimeters at the moment here. Kind of like the way it looks now. Part of the reason you don't want to cut too low either is it keeps that alfalfa off the ground a little better. And in theory, you pick up less sand or dirt as they come through with the merger and the chopper to pick it up. But I think I kind of like the way it looks here. Just wanted to get out, look one more time, and I always like to look at the stubble across the whole mower, comparing the back to the front, just to make sure that we're even across the mower, and it looks pretty good here. This is what the alfalfa looks like. It's I don't know, not quite knee high, between knee high and boot high. Doesn't look too bad. A little uneven in spots, but this first cutting should even it out here and get it back to even regrowth here, hopefully. Don't have any flowers yet, but starting to see some buds coming, but I think should have some pretty good quality here. I don't know if you guys remember last year, but first, second, and third cutting, I think we were probably 5 to 7 days too late every time, just because of how wet we were. Which, I mean, it still turned out okay. I think we had 150s to 160s relative feed value, but we're kind of looking for a little better than that. So we'll see if we can get that here this year. My dad was giving me crap all last year because we were making 160 relative feed value hay, and the goal really is to be in that 175, 180-ish range, but we'll see what we can do this year. Yields were awesome last year, so I shouldn't complain about that too much, which typically that's how it goes. High yield, lower quality; low yield, better quality. I just finished putting some tires on the plastic here. We're guys are gonna do some cleaning here before our open house tomorrow. Then they'll come back if they've got time and finish the tires on the sides of the pile here. It's been kind of a crazy couple days here. We had a gearbox from our manure auger lockup 2 nights ago at about 10:30, 11, and Sam helped me replace that, and we had that going again by about 1:30 a.m. or so, or 2 a.m. I think by the time I got home. And then last night the wash wasn't working on the parlor, and it was just, that was a quick fix. That was about 15 minutes. I was just the sensor that reads when the wash vat is full wasn't, there was a crack in the line, and it's a pressure sensor. So we got that replaced. Eli wanted me to take him home, but then he changed his mind. We went to get something to drink. Thought I'd show you guys here quickly. So we've got tent set up. Got some more bench trailers, picnic bench trailers for seating. We're gonna move them around. We're probably gonna put 2 of them over here, maybe 1 over here. Got some trailers to haul people around tomorrow to take them on a tour around the farm. A couple more trailers, or 4 more trailers in the back, but they're smaller trailers, so we'll pull those in tandem is the plan. Kind of getting things ready. Don't remember where I left off, but we finished chopping alfalfa. Not sure, I haven't tallied up the tons yet, but Jason had said he was at 450. His chopper was showing 450 tons, and they were, I don't know, 80% done or something. So in theory, that's like 2 to 3 tons an acre, which kind of surprises me. Didn't look that thick when we were cutting it, but we'll have to count it up and average the dry matters to figure out exactly where we were at. For the most part, pretty much ready to go here. Right, Eli? Got everything ready, Eli? Cleaned up everything. Got everything kind of where we want it to be. Have some few things to do in the morning, but Taryn and I have a wedding to go to here tonight, so we're going to be leaving here in a couple of hours. And we'll be coming home tonight, because it's a couple-hour drive. Because we didn't want to stay overnight and then come home in the morning. We're going to come home tonight and then, yeah, do some final cleaning and things in the morning here. But if you have questions, comments, post them down below. You might notice in the video it's super it's super foggy, or it looks like it's super foggy, but it's actually smoke. We got smoke from wildfires up in Canada that's being blown down. It's actually really thick. It's reducing your visibility out. If you look like a 1.5 miles to 2 miles out, it's hard to see that far. Just that's how thick the smoke is. But the wind, I think, is supposed to change by tomorrow, so hopefully it's not super smoky tomorrow. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully we'll see you in the next video.